changed.
Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears of War 4 video. Recently we saw the Gears 4 launch trailer debut, showcasing quite a lot to talk about, including a few nice surprises and reveals, while also celebrating the game going gold. Starting off straight away, we get a quick throwback to the past during the ending of Gears of War 3. Once Adam Phoenix's countermeasure machine has been activated successfully, we actually see a cameo appearance from both Hoffman and Bernie, who were still fighting against the Locust forces in Anvil when we see the blue pulses spreading across Sarah. Of course, Gears 4 is taking place 25 years later, so both Hoffman and Bernie would have passed away during the peace after the Locust-Human War. Now, it's been revealed there will actually be a prologue inside and included in Gears 4, sort of similar to what we saw in both Gears 2 and Gears 3, which will summarize everything, explaining what has happened in the past Gears of War games leading up to Gears 4, which this small section is most likely part of. We then get to see an overview of an outsider's settlement while there was peace on Sarah, as well as a COG settlement, which shows how they actually countered the crazy weather on Sarah, especially the new wind flares, with this giant wall that looks like it actually rotates around the city itself depending on what direction the wind flare is approaching from. Next up, we move into the night where everything is going down at the Outsiders camp, where people are getting kidnapped and swallowed up by the Snatchers left, right and center, as our new heroes are actually forced to watch as the swarm causes chaos everywhere, including taking Reyna as well. We see JD, Kate and Dell arrive at Marcus Phoenix's farm after what I believe and assume is when Oscar has already been kidnapped beforehand. We can actually see an overview of what Marcus's farm estate looks like as well. The characters then enter Marcus's sort of like armory to gear up. It seems like Marcus has kept his armor as well as somehow managed to get JD's and Dell's before they actually went AWOL, leaving the COG to join the Outsiders. But of course, Kate is an outsider originally. However, there is a full female COG armor available and given to the Kate character, which makes me believe, but also huge thanks to my friend P or the Razored Edge, who pointed out it's possible it could have actually belonged to Anya Stroud, which continues to raise the question that it's possible Anya is dead and could have been involved with this unknown classified incident. Now, after battling against the COG DBs that we saw in the different gameplay released by IGN, JD with Marcus and Kate with Dell escape Marcus's estate on the brand new motorcycles. Next up, we get to see the introduction cutscenes for the Juvies, drones, as well as what I think is the first boss battle, being the carrier. We then actually switch to some new gameplay that we haven't seen before, where we have many swarm enemies, including both the Juvies and the drones, just rushing our group of characters somewhere unknown that we don't know yet, before we move into one of the biggest moments of this trailer. We then see a few Snatchers on top of a building, which Marcus notices first while swinging around a frag grenade, which he then goes to drop by accident after getting shot at by either one of those Snatchers or even a Pouncer. The dropped then frag grenade blows up near the other characters, as we see JD waking up to his senses of seeing his father Marcus Phoenix in the process of getting swallowed by a Snatcher, while after struggling a little bit, JD, Kate and Dell shoot at, but I do believe does get away successfully. Now, this section is actually shown differently in the trailer compared to this video, because some parts are out of sync, which blew my mind when editing this video, but I've mixed it into what I believe is the correct order. This is marketing done right. After watching this section, the Coalition Studio team wants you to believe there's actually a big chance that this leads to Marcus's death, as I've seen already many people in the comment section saying he can't die or that you can't kill Marcus in the Gears game, but you'll be happy about something that I've spotted in the trailer later on. Moving on, we see a few new different clips which I've tried to put in order, but it may not be the right one or the different case, but I do believe our characters chase down this Snatcher that actually kidnapped Marcus in pursuit, leading them to this doorway going possibly underground, surrounded by lots of swarm pods, and I just don't know what else. After entering though, JDK and Dell continue to come across what literally looks like the infested swarm areas before using some type of elevator platform that does begin to collapse. Next up though, we see what might be the swarm leader or maybe just a swarm general. I think it's more of a general because I don't think the Coalition Studio would show the leader of the new enemy faction in the trailer, but looking at this thing, it seems to be a scion with the emulsion crystals over its back and its face, wearing some sort of Locust armor. It's missing its left hand and it does look like it has a boom shield equipped on its back. Then lastly, we do see these huge giant cog mechs ready to go to battle alongside a King Raven, which actually contains the Cole Train himself. Let's go, baby. Before you get into a fight with a new swarm creature, maybe being a swarm leviathan or something completely new. However, I do notice in that battle though, it looks like the mech is using the King Raven propeller. So maybe Cole's Raven gets shot down and hopefully ending in the Cole Train not getting killed off. So far from the coverage of all of Gears of War 4 over the last few years, we know that the campaign takes place over the course of one day or 24 hours, starting in the early evening time, going through the night as the characters try to survive, and finishing in the daytime, which thanks to some new screenshots that released alongside this trailer, might have actually already revealed that you do rescue Marcus from the swarm successfully. As we saw in the trailer, Marcus gets taken by the swarm during the night, but within the screenshot of the new cog mechs, we see JDK and Dell in the center, with what looks to be Marcus Phoenix on the right hand side, which would mean that this part of the campaign takes place sometime in the morning after that crazy hectic night. What I personally think is that JDK and Dell actually rescue Marcus from the swarm, who then realizes that this new enemy or this new threat is a bigger threat than the Locust ever and has the power to wipe out humanity on Syrah. So maybe Marcus decides to go visit the new COG government to warn them about the swarm enemies and not the outsiders being responsible for kidnapping of the people, where we possibly see the return of both Baird and Cole for the first ever time, as the COG decides to team up with Marcus and co to take these huge new COG mechs and tackle the swarm head on just before it's too late. So there you have it, my quick breakdown or long breakdown summary of the Gears of War 4 launch trailer. Even with it being that short, about 2 minutes long, there was so much shown in this trailer that reveals more of the storyline so far, but not too much, so we still have many questions needing answers. If you do have any questions though on anything that you saw in this trailer or Gears of War 4 in general, please make sure to leave me a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.